On October 16, 2021, a routine day in Salt Lake City turned into something far darker. Emergency dispatchers had just sent out a call about a reckless driver, a pickup truck carving through interstate traffic like it owned the road. Speeds pushed beyond 100 miles per hour, and every car in its path became collateral waiting to happen. Officers listening in knew this was not going to be a simple stop.
I copy. I'm trying to catch up to it, but I can get late. Negative. I'm trying to get a plate so I can start. November 23rd, got into a head-on collision. We are at 1200 West and about Ore Drive. Send me medical. Expedite Salt Lake.
When the dust settled, 33-year-old bakery owner Thai Hoang Vu lost her life at the scene. Her passenger, along with both the driver and passenger of the fleeing pickup, were left injured, and even a dog believed to be in her car did not survive. Authorities never released details on formal charges, but it is easy to imagine what might have been considered vehicular homicide, reckless driving, fleeing from police, and endangering the public. One reckless decision turned into an irreversible tragedy, and one family's future was rewritten in an instant. March the 2nd, 2025 began with a single complaint phoned in to dispatch a vehicle pushing 140 miles per hour and using the median like it was his personal racetrack. Not long after, a Wisconsin state trooper locked onto a car matching that very description, still flying down the opposite lanes. In the driver's seat was Bo, and he was about to turn a speeding ticket into a full-blown nightmare.
Speeds 120, right lane, approaching exit 65.
120, right lane, approaching risk.
Vehicle lost control, 1050 into the right ditch, multiple rolls. Vehicle lost control, 1050 into the right ditch, multiple rolls.
When the chase finally reached its breaking point, Bo paid the ultimate price. Investigators confirmed he was the only one inside, and debris stretched for hundreds of yards across the highway. Looking back, it's hard not to wonder if a single moment of hesitation, just lifting off the gas, might have changed everything. On July the 2nd, 2023, the streets of Little Rock, Arkansas were about to become the stage for a nightmare. A routine patrol spotted a vehicle blasting through the city, hitting speeds that had no business on surface streets. The driver, later identified as Damian Gunnels, looked more like a man running from something than just racing the clock. What started as flashing lights in the rearview mirror was about to spiral into something far more dangerous.
Show me your fucking hands! Show me your fucking hands! Show me hands! Show me hands!
The crash left Damian Gunnels with catastrophic injuries and his passenger badly hurt, requiring immediate rescue. Both were pulled from the wreckage and rushed to the hospital as investigators began piecing together what led to this reckless run. When officers talk about how one night can change everything, this chase is exactly what they mean: a high-speed gamble that ended in devastation, not escape. At about 2 p.m. on June 29, 2023, deputies in Charles County, Maryland were dispatched to Acton Lane in Waldorf. A woman was under attack in a parking lot, the incident appearing to be a carjacking in progress. What began as a sudden burst of violence in a quiet corner quickly escalated, spilling onto city streets and forcing deputies into a pursuit they knew could turn deadly.
I'm behind it. You almost went head on with me. I'm behind it. Send 599, I'm behind it, southbound 205. Southbound 205, number 1 lane, speed to 75. No traffic. 759, number 1 lane, 1050, 1050, 1050, 1050. Accident, 1050.
The escape ended in disaster when the suspect veered into oncoming traffic and slammed into a trailer truck. The impact was fatal, reducing his desperate attempt to a wreck of twisted metal and smoke. For law enforcement, it was a stark reminder that the fallout of crime doesn't stay contained. It can travel with the fleeing suspect and leave devastation across an entire highway. On July 9th, 2023, the sun was beginning to dip over Polk County, Florida, when Trooper Alfred Williams noticed something suspicious on University Boulevard. A white BMW and a blue Dodge Charger weren't just cruising, they were practically baiting each other. First crawling, then surging forward, their engines told a story that every trooper knows too well. Two drivers gambling with speed and common sense. With one flick of the switch, Trooper Williams lit up his patrol car to bring it all to a halt, but that's when the real trouble started.
Got a visual. Right above. Still taking off on me. He's gone out, he was in red. That's going to hit the bag number. The blue Dodge Charger. You almost signal forward. He's signal forward, signal forward. We're in the ditch, he's in the pond, start 1071.
When the chase ended, the driver wasn't celebrating victory, he was in handcuffs. Troopers found his car destroyed, his excuses thin, and his charges stacking high, reckless driving, drag racing, and obstruction. It was a night that showed how one impulsive decision can wreck not just a car, but a future. On September 14, 2022, in Chatham County, Georgia, a state trooper spotted a white Ford Taurus, its driver holding a cell phone to his face while barreling down Veterans Parkway. What should have been nothing more than a citation quickly became something far more dangerous. The driver, later identified as 24-year-old Javon Raheem Richards, had no plans of pulling over. By the time help arrived, Richards was motionless, his life slipping away before he could even be removed from the car. The investigation revealed a loaded Glock, marijuana pills, and cash inside the Taurus. Signs that running was never about a simple traffic violation. What began with a phone in hand ended with a family notified at the hospital, proof that fleeing police doesn't just risk arrest, it risks everything. Late on the night of April 29, 2025, Corporal Dustin Arnold lit up his patrol car on Interstate 30. The target was nothing extraordinary, just a black SUV with paper tags out of place. But the driver behind the wheel wasn't interested in stopping. With one bad decision, he hit the gas and turned a minor violation into a full-scale pursuit.
In the 33, roll over 1016, 1016. You get forward.
Blackmail on foot east into the woodline.
After the dust settled, the man behind the wheel was identified as Milton Ellis Jr. He resisted capture, but troopers pushed through and brought him down. Inside his SUV was a stolen .38 caliber revolver proof. This was never just about paper tags. He now faces a stack of felony charges that could follow him for years. All it took was one refusal to stop, and his night spiraled into a story he will not soon forget. It was February 5th, 2023, when Milwaukee officers zeroed in on a pair of men in a white Kia Sportage. The SUV was more than just another car weaving through traffic. It was wanted in connection with a serious abduction call. For those two inside, the thought of blue lights in the mirror must have set hearts racing, because what came next was anything but calm.
South on 45, south on 45 from Hampton. In pursuit of that Kia Sportage, Lincoln William Boy, 169, Iowa to Congress.
Yeah, to go east or west.
Coming up to Congress here. He's losing control.
Creek,
bail, bail, bail!
Okay, stop,
Officers wasted no time surrounding the scene, pulling both men out and ending the chaos before anyone else got hurt. They were booked into custody while the Kia sat half submerged, a frozen reminder that flight is a losing strategy. A snowy chase through Milwaukee might look dramatic on video, but for the suspects, it ended with nothing but cold cuffs and colder water. On June 20th, 2023, a calm morning drive through Otero County, Colorado turned into something no one expected. Troopers were called to Highway 50 for a driver who had already been linked to a shots-fired call and had reportedly caused chaos on the road. By the time law enforcement closed in, they had no idea just how much worse things were about to get. What began as a dangerous stop quickly spiraled into a nightmare scenario.
Oh, fuck.
Copy 1123.
Where's it at?
Well, we'll try to attachment to G14 call, please.
Okay. Switch, Candy. I don't have vehicle.
Where's the keys?
Good,
You got the keys in it?
Good sticks. We got up to.
The driver was later identified as 32-year-old Anthony Alfonso Sanchez III. Pulled from the burning wreck and rushed to the hospital, he would not survive his injuries. The truck driver walked away unharmed, but the entire event became a chilling reminder of how fast a bad choice can snowball into tragedy. Sometimes the most dangerous weapon on the road is desperation itself. In the early hours of April 8, 2025, the quiet streets of Riverdale, Georgia were anything but calm. At 1:58 in the morning, headlights should have cut through the darkness, but this car crept forward with none. Riverdale police noticed the stolen ride slipping down Roberts Drive like a shadow that didn't want to be seen. That decision sparked a chase that was destined to leave more than skid marks behind.
All around your road.
Investigators confirmed the vehicle had been swiped earlier that same night, its ignition punched. The suspect, who stayed behind 20-year-old Morek Grimes, now faces charges after his short-lived run ended in the county jail. It is yet another reminder that the thrill of the getaway almost always ends the same way, with flashing lights, busted property, and a record that follows you home. For most people, turning 61 means slowing down. But on November 27, 2023, in Clayton County, Georgia, one man did the exact opposite. Deputies spotted Rohan Daly driving with an expired tag, and instead of pulling over, he stomped the gas and left common sense in the rearview mirror. What started as a routine stop became his personal race against the inevitable.
Clear. Passing point, Birdie Way. Speeds are 106, no traffic.
All right, vehicle 41 right here. 41.
Deputies quickly closed in and discovered Daly had been driving on a suspended license with tires so worn they were accidents waiting to happen. He was booked into the Clayton County Detention Center and his car was hauled away. At 61, Daly proved that bad decisions don't have an age limit, and sometimes the road itself delivers the final judgment. The sun was still high on July 30th, 2025, when traffic moved steadily along JFK Boulevard. Among the flow of cars, one stood out, a white Ford F-250, swerving across the center line as if the rules of the road no longer mattered. Trooper Tyler Riles spotted it, lights and siren at the ready with backup close behind. What should have been a routine stop was about to ignite into something no one on that highway would forget.
Still north of 107, coming up 38 drive, speed 95.
10-4.
Breakdown, Airport Station 107, Airport Station 107.
Airport Station 107 right now.
The suspect was identified as Zachary Brinson, and after the dust settled, he was captured and hit with a long list of charges including felony fleeing criminal mischief and reckless driving. He later told officers his back hurt from the crash, but pain or not, it was nothing compared to the trouble he'd brought on himself. When drivers treat the road like a game, they never realize just how quickly the final score catches up to them. On September 11th, 2025, the morning rush on Interstate 40 was already in full swing when a call went out that would change the tone of the day. Officers in Oklahoma had been chasing down a Jeep Wrangler tied to a counterfeit money case, and the chase was now spilling across the Arkansas line. For troopers waiting ahead, there was no mistaking the sound of sirens cutting through the morning air.
1344 Fed, just by, let them know that he's swerving in the now, trying to stop the TBI. Motor check. 10-4. Go ahead for TBI. TBI. 1316, roll. 10-4, TBI rollover.
The driver was identified as Maurice A. Gonzalez from Georgia. He was pulled from the wreck with only minor injuries but carried far bigger problems: meth, marijuana, drug paraphernalia, and a laundry list of charges that would follow him straight to jail. In the end, running from the law did not just wreck a Jeep, it wrecked his freedom too. Sunday evening, April 23, 2023, found a blue Honda Accord pulled to the shoulder on U.S. Highway 82. Inside sat Preston Hilliard, a man with a history that stretched from California to Texas, heavy with drug and firearm charges. He was jittery, heart-pounding, unable to mask the weight of his past. The trooper standing outside his window had no idea that within seconds the quiet roadside stop would erupt into chaos.
Right. And 1016 straight out here at Murphy.
Thank you.
Who's running? Hope I'll be out at this address here. I'll get the numerics for you.
That inevitable end came with a crash so severe it left cars and property destroyed and a man sprinting on foot for freedom. Deputies and local officers tracked Hilliard down inside a residence where apologies replaced bravado. He left in the back of a patrol car, charged with everything from reckless driving to fleeing firearm possession, criminal mischief, and more. What began as nerves and a pounding heartbeat ended as a long list of felonies and a night he will never outrun. On March 14, 2023, Arkansas State Police received an alert from license plate readers about a stolen vehicle. Troopers quickly located the car as it cut through traffic near Rockwood. What should have been a straightforward stop immediately turned into a high-stakes pursuit. The driver made it clear with one move he was not about to surrender quietly.
Speed 95, no trip. Hey, Trooper's gonna try to put out spikes, just FYI. Yeah, we're almost to him. We're southbound at the 16. Wreck out the 16. Start coaching. Roll them. 10-4.
The suspect was pulled from the wreck, battered, and complaining of injuries. He admitted to running because of multiple outstanding warrants, and those bad decisions stacked new charges onto an already long list. In the end, the chase proved what so many others have before it. The moment you run, you've already lost. This chase might be over, but the road ahead holds even more twists and turns. Be sure to watch the next video and see why running from the police never works out. Thanks for tuning in, and please subscribe for more.